Let's talk Tanya for the 20th of a leap year. In yesterday's Tanya, we discussed the tremendous contraction that is required for God's light to be contracted into a single letter, the Hey, the final Hey of His name, in order to be able to create and vivify all the worlds. And we explained yesterday that when God first created the world, He did this on His own. There was nothing over here to cause God to do it. We didn't earn it, but He did it because of His tremendous kindness. Once the world was created, however, the system changed. No longer does God do things on His own. God, so to say, handed us the keys and said, now it's your turn. In a concept that is known in Chasidus as Isarusa de la Tata, Isarusa de la Ela, that means God reacts to our actions. We do things and then God reciprocates. If we want God to contract His energy into the Hey and create the world and for the flow of divine energy to keep on going, we need to do something to cause that, to stimulate that flow, and that is tzedakah. When we give tzedakah to those who are needy, those who are downtrodden, then God looks at us and ultimately, is there anything more needy and downtrodden than us, inhabitants of this lowly world? And God contracts His light into the Hey and creates this world and gives us the energy and vitality that we need. With this, the Alter Rebbe explains something which the Arizal says. The Arizal tells us that all Jewish souls are divided into two categories. There are the Talmidei Chachamim, the Torah scholars, and then there are those people who their primary job is giving tzedakah, giving charity, being involved in gemilas chasadim, in kindness. Now, obviously, there's overlap over here because even those who study Torah have to give charity and have to be kind, and even those who are involved in kindness and charity have to study Torah. But at the same time, we're talking here about primary focus. So we have two different types of souls. And one might think, okay, so they're operating in different areas, in different fields, and their work doesn't relate to each other. But Alter Rebbe says, no, based on everything we've studied up until this point, we can understand, actually, this is a team. Meaning what? The Torah scholars, they're busy studying Torah. Torah, as we know, is God's chachma, is Hashem's wisdom. So when they're studying Torah, they're accessing, and you might want to say dislodging, God's wisdom, God's chachma, and the infinite light which is within it. However, the Torah scholars do not have the strength, the power, the ability to cause the contraction that chachma should flow all the way down into our lowly world, all the way into the Hey. Instead, they just bring the light of chachma into the higher worlds, the higher spiritual worlds. And then comes along the person who gives charity. And that person, by giving charity, takes that light of chachma, which was accessed by the Torah scholar, and brings it down all the way here into this world. Because again, tzedakah is giving to the one who doesn't have, giving to the one who maybe doesn't even deserve. And when we do that, we cause that Hashem should give that light all the way down here into this world to those who have nothing and to those who maybe even deserve nothing. And with this, we can finally go back to the beginning of the chapter and answer the questions that we asked in the beginning of this chapter. If you recall over there, we said that the pasuk says, Vayaz David Shem, that David made a name, he created a name. And in a cryptic passage over there, the Zohar says, what does it mean? It means that David made and completed Hashem's name, and that was through giving tzedakah. And we asked, what does it mean to make Hashem's name? And why is that through giving tzedakah? But now we understand. What does it mean to make Hashem's name? Hashem's name is made up of four letters, the Yud, the Hey, the Vav, and the Hey. When the flow starts in the Yud, starts in Chachma, and comes all the way down to the bottom to the Hey, then Hashem's name is complete. If the flow doesn't make it all the way to the Hey, so we don't have a complete name of Hashem. How do we cause that Hashem's name should be complete? Through giving tzedakah. Because when we give tzedakah, we make sure that the flow from the Yud comes all the way down into the Hey and enters our world. With this, we've concluded this chapter, this letter. Tomorrow we begin chapter 6, another letter in Igeres HaKodesh, also on the topic of tzedakah.